Onward to our next startup, and it's Blostem from India.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Sandeep. I'm CEO and co-founder of Blostem. So we are enterprise DeFi platform. So blockchain has given us all us a dream of a promised land, but for the banks it doesn't work, right? So that is our take on how we make it happen. And the use case that we are solving for is creating secured loans by tokenizing real-world assets. So let's look at an average guy. Let's look at Hassan over here. So Hassan has investments in multiple asset classes across various financial institutions, right? These investments are done to meet his life goals. What happens if he's having some liquidity crunch? What are his options? So one, he can either sell his asset, which he likely doesn't want to do, or he can go to these individual entities and take loan against these assets individually, which is a painstaking process for him. Or what usually happens is he's forced to take a high interest personal loan. So that is all what it happens, right? So when he takes a loan, this guy is sliced and diced into multiple products, right? So the bank don't look at him as one individual, as San. They don't take his assets into account while giving personal loan, and they don't account for his assets while giving personal loan. They just take the credit score, right? So why do banks do that? Because secure lending is hard, right? It's manual, it is in silos, it has high operations cost, it doesn't work for retail loans. So why secure loans have not been digitized yet? So we say, so this is the trilemma which is yet to be solved, right? So the lender requires full asset transparency on the status of the asset value, who the asset belongs to. The data provider, the asset issuer, he's concerned about data privacy. And both these guys don't want to send their data to the centralized system. A centralized fintech will not work over here in this use case. The opportunity size is massive, right? So if I look at the Indian market, we have a $20 trillion worth of asset base, and the lending market is $300 billion for the personal unsecured loans. In the GCC market, we just took an asset base of $1.7 trillion, which is the FD asset base, fixed deposits, and the lending market is $60 billion. So what is our solution, right? So what we do is we create this decentralized network where we bring all the financial institutions in a given ecosystem on board. So we have asset issuers like banks, gold, lending companies, real estate companies, right? And we have a hybrid blockchain architecture which makes this happen. So how it works is for the bank, the private data stays with them. They don't have to share it with us. And we create smart contracts where we predefine certain conditions and rules under which this data can be shared with another counterparty, which is a lender in this case. So now let's look at what happens to Ahsan. So Ahsan, when he's going to the lender, he's able to get access to all his assets with other institutions, provide to the lender as a security, and in a single click, he's able to get that loan. So now the proposition for Ahsan is that in one loan, he can give collateral for multiple assets, and in one loan, it makes it happen for him, right? Now he's able to also have his power of his assets combined with his power of income and credit score and get much better deals from the lenders. And he's able to avail pre-offered loans and have on-tap liquidity against his assets whenever he wants. Not only this, so what is it there for the banks and the lenders, right? So the lenders are now able to offer a 0% credit cost loan without incurring any additional OPEX for secure lending. For the asset issuers, they're able to now earn fees from untapped asset base without any customer acquisition costs. So that's the value proposition. Our business model, so ours is a B2B2C model, so where we integrate with banks and lenders and we enable these transactions for their set of customers. Our primary revenue driver is lending platform fee, because for the lenders, we bring down their default rates, we bring down their cost of funds, and we get 1 to 2% margin from them. In terms of traction, so we are already integration with SBM Bank in India. and we'll be live with them next month. DCB Bank and Yes Bank are the other banks with whom we are right now in compliance stage, and this will get completed pretty soon. The other asset class that we're working on is tokenizing gold, with working with a gold lending company. This has been our journey. We got incorporated last year. We did a small angel round.
Hello. Hi, sorry. I need to stop you. Sorry. You already went a little beyond 5 minutes, so I had to stop you there. But I'm hoping we'll get to go through it in the Q&A session. Again, guys, judges, up to you. 4 minutes. Time starts now.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
Good pitch. Unfortunately,
Thank you.
we cut short. So my question will be like in 1 second or 1 minute, what will you add with what you already said, and that can, give us a better idea of the project?
What I'll say is that, so actually I said what I wanted to say. And so we're just making it happen.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Laura.
Good pitch. How do you see the regulatory environment in the GCC? It's obviously where you want to expand to, but how do they view what you're proposing?
Right. So the way we see this is, so say back home, we are a tech service provider for the bank because the lending asset issuance part is not being done by us, and we are not touching the crypto side of things. And over here, for us, the next version is getting into security tokens. And in GCC, we have those regulations in place, right? So which adds a lot of more value in the for the journeys, and that is where we see will be a lot of value for us to come here.
Great pitch. Congratulations. Quick question on the custody providers. So if I want to borrow against an asset, does your solution have to integrate into that custody provider? If it doesn't, then there's no visibility. And if so, how will you think about, is that a lot of integrations? How will you go and motivate people to do all of that work?
Right. So right now, say the first use case that we're working on is the fixed deposit, where the bank itself is a regulated entity, right? So they work as an issuer and custodian both, right? So when a loan has been taken, the lien is marked in their system. The other use case that we're working on is also a digital development right, which is a government-issued certificate. When the government buys your land, so they issue a certificate, right? So right now, in that use cases, we didn't require a custody. But if we had, for example, individuals approaching us that, hey, this is my property, I want to tokenize it, then you require independent custody, right? But our approach is to integrate, go deep with the asset issuer, who is himself a regulated entity. There's already a manual process to make it happen, right? And we digitize that.
So you'll go asset class by asset class?
Yeah, yeah.
Understood.
Any more questions? Cool. Thank you so much, Sandeep.
Thank
and
you.
Congratulations
Thank you.
once again. Round of applause. Bigger one. Come on, guys.